Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash and this is the European Best Bet Show. We've got La Liga, Bundesliga and Serie A. We always start with La Liga, and that means that Number Juan, my good friend here, will be going through his best bets, and his colleague is Martin Green, who's in the UK. Number Juan, how's your weekend?
Everything great. It was fun to watch the Supercopa Española. It was pretty entertaining watching Valverde doing that lunge.
What did you think of that? Would you have done that?
Of course. I think it was a great play. Awesome.
Cynical.
Yeah.
Totally cynical.
You have to win. You need to win. That was the goal for Atletico Madrid, and Valverde stopped it. True. A good mid-defensive player.
Okay. Martin, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, thanks, Flash. Delighted to have the La Liga season back up and running. It's been a bit of a painful winter break without Spanish football, but great that we can have it back.
Rafa, I can't hear Martin.
Exciting run-in to the end of the season.
So what did you think of Valverde at the end of the game taking... it was Morata? Morata. He showed a nice turn of foot, Morata. I think he would have scored. What do you think, Martin?
It was obviously very cynical. Fans don't like to see it, but I think Diego Simeone's reaction said it all. He congratulated Valverde on having done it and said it won the game. It was straight out of the Simeone playbook, really. I think he would have done it, so you can't really argue with it. But it is a shame to see that sort of thing in football.
Remember the handball, Luis Suarez in 2010 against Ghana?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Of course.
Thanks to that, Uruguay won and went to the semi-final. Great game. I loved it.
Okay, well, let's crack straight on. First of all, I want to have a look at the joint record of La Liga selections so far this year. Rafa, can you put the record up, please? As you can see, 8.3 units of profit, 11.1 units of profit, an average of 2. Okay, can you do the individuals? Because there's something on here that I spotted earlier with one of the graphics boys. Look at this, 77 picks, 41 wins, 41 wins. Unbelievable that you two have mirrored yourself like that. Martin, 6.9 units of profit. Number One, 4.2. Both of you are doing really well. I'm sure that this weekend is going to give you plenty more value as the big guns don't slip up. Number One.
No. They need to stay on track, especially Barcelona with a new coach, Quique Setién. I'm excited with this coach. I never liked Valverde. He was always boring, especially in Athletic de Bilbao. But Quique Setién always had good football with with Betis. And Real Madrid, they're playing great. Real Madrid, they're on fire, especially after that win.
Well, I've saved the Barcelona game right until the end so you can both give me a little bit more meat on the bone. Awesome. But Martin, I'm going to come to you first. We're going to start off with Eibar at 5.25, which is plus 425 in the US. Draw 3.5, which is plus 250. And Atletico at 1.82, which is minus 22.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Atletico Madrid are going to be a bit sharper in this game, having even though they've been to the Middle East and played what was a rather bizarre tournament, they acquitted themselves very well. Confidence-boosting victory over Barcelona, and they got unlucky in the end against Real Madrid. So I think they should be full of confidence heading into the second half of the campaign, ready to try to climb the table. Eibar have had a pretty bad season. Defeat to Valencia last time out left them hovering precariously above the relegation zone. Bit risky because Atletico aren't great on the road, but I still think they can go and get a result there. Just a little bit more value. I can't see it going over 4.5 goals at all. So I'm going to go for a classic Atletico Madrid to win under 4.5 goals at 2.0, which is even money, or plus 100.
Thank you, Martin. And obviously the decimals are for the Europeans and the plus or minus in the brackets is for the US markets. Okay, number one, we're going to move on. Real Betis at 2.48, which is plus 1.148. We've got the draw at 3.6, which is plus 260, and Real Sociedad at 2.7, which is plus 170. Where have you found the value? Number one.
Well, my pick for this game is Real Betis draw no bet at 1.91 or in the US market minus 109. Playing at home, Betis hasn't lost to Real Sociedad in the last 3 matches. In fact, those matches were 0-0, 1-0, and 0-0. Really exciting games.
You love them games.
Love them. I watch them all.
Do you watch them on replay as well?
Repeat. I always put it on the repeat.
Nice.
I get motivated before going to the gym watching the
You know what I nearly said? I nearly showed my age then and said, do you record them?
I record them.
Do you remember do you remember when you used to have to put a tape in and record?
I'm not that old.
See, that's what I mean. I'm trying to educate you here. There was a time when we had to
I did it with VHS.
Yes,
I did it with the VHS. I had a couple of ones. Yeah, I did it too. So, maybe if you don't like that risky, the draw no bet, you can go for the double chance at minus 196. I don't find no value in there, but go ahead. And as you said, maybe ends up in the draw. And the draw is pretty sweet at 3.76.
You've got 376. It's now 3.6, which is plus 260. That's the best on offer across every single book.
But I'm going with the Real Betis draw no bet.
I like that. I like that you've gone with the home side. I mean, all the values on the draw. I think that it probably will be a draw. If not, it's going to... I thought you might have gone for under 2.5. And if someone's really bold, they could go with both teams to score no or under 1.5 if you're absolute lunatic. But you're going to go with Real Betis. Draw no bet at 1.91, which is minus 109. Martin, Mallorca, the biggest homers in La Liga, outside of obviously Barcelona and Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. So we go Mallorca 3.75, which is plus 275. Draw 3.6, which is plus 260. And Valencia at 2, which is plus 100, Martin.
Yeah, I'm going against the trend with this one because I think that Valencia can go to Mallorca and get victory. They have been good at home, but having said that, they only have the 14th best home record in the division, which isn't too exciting when you really consider it. Their home form has slipped up in recent weeks. They can't secure anything on the road at all. Absolutely dreadful. But their home form is slipping as well. I think they're looking in real peril of getting relegated this season. Whereas for Valencia, they haven't been great on the road, but I think it's time for them to start stringing a few wins together and making a bit of a concerted push for the top 4. They've got a very good squad. They should really be doing better than they are right now. I think they can go there and get a result. They before the break, they were on a long unbeaten streak, and if they get a few players back from injury, I think they could have a very good second half of the campaign. So I'm just going to go for a straight win for Valencia. It's at 2.0 or plus 100. And actually, you can see that I'm going against the grain because the odds are drifting out. You can now get plus 105 or 2.05 on the away win for Valencia. So I like that a lot.
Okay, shop around. Obviously, market moves. I did these graphics about an hour ago, so they are as close as damn it to actually being live prices. Somebody, I think that when we did the future, somebody actually said that they had Mallorca to go down. Was that you, number one?
Yes, I did.
You had your crystal ball out?
I think they will be bottom of the table.
Wow.
They really are sucky.
So I mean, you would welcome a Valencia win at plus 100, or if you are sharp and you like Martin, you can get plus 105. Okay, number one. Real Madrid minus 1.63, which on the face of it looks great value already at minus 159. Draw 4.5, which is plus 350. And Sevilla at 5.4, which is plus 440. Number one, tell me you're not going against Real Madrid. And secondly, you're not going for the 1.63.
I'm going for Real Madrid to win.
Yes.
A minus 1 Asian handicap
Okay.
at 2.07 or American odds plus 107. Real Madrid hasn't lost against Sevilla in the last 12 encounters at home, of course, at the Bernabeu. Sevilla, last game they tied against Atletico Bilbao at their own home in Sevilla. And Real Madrid comes from a great victory against Atletico Madrid. They're having great football. Zidane is improving as a coach. Even himself told it. I'm getting better each game. I truly believe it. I'm a believer that Zidane is getting better. He has a great team. It's a shame Valverde will not be in this one, but don't worry, they have Casemiro. So they have this on the locker. Real Madrid, -1 Asian handicap at +107.
Yeah, you've done well digging out the value there, and obviously -1 on the Asian handicap means you just have to win by 2 clear goals. Martin, if you win by just a 1, do you get your money back?
On what's the bet? Sorry, -1 Asian handicap.
Yes.
Yeah, money back if they win by 1 goal.
So if it's 1-0, 2-1 or 3-2 to Madrid and you've gone for -1 on the Asian handicap, you get a push. So even though you've backed a loser, you've gone for the wrong selection, you still get your money back. So that's a sensible way to do it. And hats off to you, number one.
Yeah,
you're starting to do well at this game. I'm liking it.
I think it's a good pick. Well,
you would do. You picked it.
Yeah, I did.
I don't want to be you coming on here giving me selections and then going, I think it's a bad pick, because that's not the way this show works.
I'm proud of it.
You're proud of it. You've gone too far the other way now, number one. Okay, let's move on. Bilbao 1.9 -111, draw 3.3, which is +230, and Celta Vigo at 5, which is +400. I'm going to come to you, Martin. And I remember someone saying that Celta Vigo were another team that could be relegated.
Yeah, I think they're in danger of getting relegated this season. They are, they're only above the relegation zone courtesy of goal difference alone, conceding a lot. And Iago Aspas hasn't really turned it on up front. They're not getting enough goals. They've been pretty poor on the road. They've lost 6 out of 9. They've got a -9 goal difference on the road. They got issues at both ends of the pitch. Whereas Athletic Bilbao, very, very good at home. No one really wants to visit the Basque Country. I remember Barcelona lost there at the start of the season, and they've only lost once at home throughout the entire campaign. And they've only conceded 3 goals in that time. When you think that there's a misfiring Celta Vigo attack, I can only see one winner in this game, and that is the home team, Athletic Bilbao. And I've got 1.91 on that, which translates at -109.
Not complicating it, just going for the straight Bilbao win.
Straight Bilbao win, yeah.
Okay, number one, you like this game as well, and you have a selection, and it's another one you're proud of.
Yes. Athletic Bilbao also believe it's going to win, but maybe I'm adding a little bit more value than a straight win. Athletic Bilbao under 4.5 on the game at 2.05 or +105. Listen to this. In the last 4 games against Celta Vigo, Athletic Bilbao hasn't lost at home. And in the last 5 matches at their home this season, Athletic Bilbao hasn't lost any game. They are a beast on their home, as Martin said. They won the first game at Barcelona, and they keep that home really tight. They're really proud of Bilbao. They need to take care of it, and I think they will. And Celta Vigo, they are just awful. Iago Aspas is not playing well, and they are in the relegation zone almost. So I truly believe also Celta Vigo is going down.
So, number one comes up with the Martin Classic. Is there any reason that Martin didn't come up with a Martin Classic?
I just didn't want to complicate it, but I don't see why not. I salute that, and I will follow my good friend number one going for that, especially when you consider how tight the Athletic Bilbao defence has been at home, and the attacking struggles that Celta Vigo have faced this season. I like it, number one.
Thank you, Martin.
He likes it. Look at you two. I can't believe it. It was like 77 bets each, 41 winners each, or 44 pit. It was like unbelievable.
We have
you
a connection.
You keep your connection to yourself. Thank you very much. Okay, Martin Green, here we go. We're going Barcelona at 1.15, which is a -657. Draw 8.7, which is +770, and Granada at 19 +1800. How are you getting the value by going with Barcelona, Martin?
Yeah, I think this is a difficult game for Granada. They're going to come up against a Barcelona side that are really keen to prove what they're about to the new manager. He's got some great attacking options at his disposal, and I think we really will get that new manager bounce for Barcelona. They'll take the shackles off. He'll unleash the likes of Messi and Suarez, go forward, attack, play beautiful football, and I just expect a resounding victory for Barcelona. I think they'll win this one comfortably against a struggling side, so I'm just going to give them a -2 Asian handicap at odds of 1.75, which is -133. Not going too crazy on it, but I can see them winning this by 3 or 4 goals. I was looking at Barcelona and over 2.5 goals, and you only get odds of 1.5 on that, which didn't really look attractive enough to me. So I thought, just keep it with the Asian handicap. I'd just be a little bit worried that Granada won't score and Barcelona win maybe 2-0, 3-0, something like that. So Asian handicap is the way forward for me. Another option would be half-time, full-time. I think you can get about 1.62 or something on that.
Yeah, like that. Barcelona -2 on the Asian handicap, 1.75 -133. And remember that if Barcelona win the game 2-0 on that Asian handicap, you get your money back. So it's a bet to nothing if you think it's going to be 2 or 3-0. Obviously, you go over the 2.5 goals with Barcelona. You're not getting the same value as what Martin's given you at 1.75, which is -133. Now let's go to the Midas himself. What have you found?
Well, I'm going also with the Martin Classic on this game. Barcelona and under 4.5 at -128. I truly believe that Barcelona is going to win. Granada will have no options against them, especially with Quique Setién, that is a great coach with great football. I always loved him at Betis. I think it's a good choice. Maybe a little bit shaky how they did it, but well, it's Bartomeu. What you can expect from him.
Are you not worried about Barcelona sticking 5, 6 or 7 past these?
I think it's going to win like 3-0 maybe.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just thinking under 4.5 with the strike force that Barcelona have got, you could actually have picked the winning side.
You don't have Luis Suarez. They only have Griezmann and Messi.
Oh, yeah, only. Did you just say they've only got Griezmann and Messi?
Well, only Messi. Griezmann, sometimes. Depends on the day.
You're a hard man. I would definitely point you towards going with Martin's tip there, only because, number one, he can pull a rabbit out of the hat, and I think that could easily be 4-1 or 5-0, so that would absolutely kill you. But can you give me a banker, please, Martin? And a banker for everyone is something that they put 2 units on. It's their strongest play in La Liga this week.
I really hope they don't let me down. I'm going to go for Athletic Bilbao due to that phenomenal home record to beat Celta Vigo, and I will combine it with the under 4.5 goals as Number Juan suggested. That'll be my banker.
Number Juan suggesting things to Martin Green.
I'm influencing.
You're absolutely flying. Now,
my banker,
please.
Yes, is Real Madrid versus Sevilla. A -1 Asian handicap at +107. I think it's crazy odds, that one, and you have to take the chance.
Okay, I love that. Until next week, Martin, we'll see you on Premier League Punters tomorrow. Number 1, you're growing into your place. I'm liking it, but I'm not liking that top, because if anyone knows that obviously I live in Southampton and he comes and turns up in his Portsmouth colours, which I do not want to see again, otherwise you'll get the red card.
It is a beautiful city, Portsmouth.
No, it's not. It's definitely not a beautiful city.
It's my kind of city.
Yeah, it's your kind of city, because it's dull. Yes. Okay, until next time. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Number One.
Thank you, Flash. Thank you, Martin. And good luck this weekend.
Yeah, good luck with whatever you pick on La Liga. We're going to go over now to the Bundesliga, which has been so tough all season. Yet Alex and Radek have pulled themselves out of the quicksand, and now they're running on firm ground. Alex, how are you, sir? Radek, how are you?
We are good, and I'm really happy that Radek is finally back with us right now. We missed him. I think that he enjoyed a great winter break. Rafa, I hear myself back, so do something about that. Now I'm okay. So, really happy to be here. I had a tough week last in the round of fixtures from Serie A, but we are back to deliver some more winners.
Okay, Radek, how was your break, sir?
Oh, very good, and I collected some power and energy to strike back in 2020.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that, and it's no easier to pick the winner of this league. Obviously, we got Leipzig going so well. Bayern Munich, even a blind man can see that they're going to come with a run. Alex is putting up Borussia Dortmund. And anyone who doesn't know why I've just done that is because every time I've gone near Dortmund this year, they've let in a 90th minute goal and killed me. But now all of a sudden they've gone out, they've spent money, and have spent good money, by the way. And I think that they are going to be dangerous, I must admit. But you'll be pleased to know I will not go anywhere near them. Now, Rafa, can I have a look at the joint record first, please? Here they are, and you'll see 8.3 units of profit, and they were minus. They've done so well to pull themselves around, and I love the fact that their average price is 2.03, which is plus 103 for our American viewers. And can we have a little look at the individual records, please, Rafa? And 5.4 units for Alex, and Radek is at 2.9, so they've both got their head above water. Radek, I know how competitive you are. I can see it in your eyes that you're going to chase Alex down. Remember, Alex was like 8-9 units down. It's amazing what you can do when you stick at it. Let's kick off with you then, Alex. We're going to go to Schalke first, and this is a tough game for both sides. We've got Schalke at 2.66, which is plus 166. Draw 3.55, which is plus 255. And we've got Gladbach, who have had an unbelievable season thus far. And Gladbach at 2.8, which is plus 180.
Yes, absolutely incredible season from Gladbach, but also Schalke with David Wagner being one of the best tacticians, in my opinion, from Bundesliga right now. He changed them absolutely brilliant. What they were last season and what they are last season, huge change for this Schalke side, who are right now fighting for the European spots, fifth in the table. Just 3 points under Bayern Munich, so that's not a lot of gap between them and the top three in the German Bundesliga. I see a close match, I see an intense match, because we are talking about two good sides here. Also Gladbach, they have a rock-solid defense. I think that, yes, they have the best defense in the league with just 18 goals conceded, and 18 goals in 17 matches is great in the German Bundesliga. Don't think about the other leagues, because in Germany we're talking about something else totally. The reverse match saw a goalless draw with both teams missing some great opportunities. I see another close affair here. The under 2.5 goals has great value in my opinion, but I'm going with high odds here. I'm going for the draw again at 3.5 plus 250 in US odds. Radek special, Radek X, how he names it. So this is my first bet of the year in the German Bundesliga.
Well, you are going mad, Alex, but I've got to agree with you. I think there's going to be nothing between these two sides. I thought both teams to score maybe 1-1, both teams to score maybe no, under 2.5. Everything's pointing to a 0-0 or 1-0. I mean, if you're totally bonkers, you could go with the under 1.5, 0-0 for long periods. But Radek, I'm going to I know you're not on this game, but just briefly give me a reason why Gladbach have done so well, please.
I didn't expect that, and I can't tell you why. I can only tell you that their coach is an amazing one, and everyone knew this he was not a famous coach in Germany before, because he came from Austria club, from Red Bull Salzburg, and he made a big impact. And yeah, they improved the game a lot, back from old school Dieter Hecking style, who was the coach in the last year, back to a very offensive, powerful, motivated soccer style, where they play high pressure in the kind of like Borussia Dortmund played at the best days some years ago, maybe. So yeah, they are for real one of the biggest surprisings in this first round of the Bundesliga in the year 2019. But they have to continue where they finished last year, and so I think they won't make it to the top because they are really huge underdog versus Leipzig and versus Bayern Munich, who are the way better teams in experience, international experience, and they have the more experienced squad and better players. So at the end, I think Gladbach will struggle, but I hope that they will stay as long as possible on the top to make it more exciting for us to watch.
They also have an impressive squad, if you think. At least the attacking firepower with Thuram, with Embolo, with Alassane Plea. I think that trio is making huge miracles there, and they're playing an amazing attacking football. Plus, if you remember last year, Gladbach in the first half of the season, they were again at the top of the table there. And in the second half of the season, I don't know, everything got ruined for them, and they were at the middle of the table for the majority of time. I think that they failed to win one match in, I don't know, 7-8 rounds, something like that, and they dropped a lot of points and they went down. Thank God for them that they were at the top of the table and they didn't relegate it. But no, I'm joking. They are not a relegation side. I think that they will finish in top 6 because the fight is huge for that top 6 finish. We have the 6 teams that they are right now from Leipzig to Leverkusen with, I don't know how many points they are, 9 points between them. But we have also after that Hoffenheim, we have also Freiburg, and we have also Hertha Berlin, Flash, who I told you they will finish top 10 this
Okay,
season.
well listen, I'd just like to go back to me throwing one into Radek. It's live telly, I can do what I like. And he says, I wasn't expecting it, I have nothing to say. And then you added information that people didn't actually know, Radek, and that's what this is all about. It's all about team spirit and confidence in my book for Gladbach, and they are riding a wave. And listen, they say that good habits and winning's a habit, same as losing is a habit, and they are enjoying themselves home and away. Tough fixture this weekend against Schalke. Thank you, gentlemen. Radek, I'm coming to you now. Cologne, 2.8, which is plus 180. The draw is at 3.55, which is plus 255. And Wolfsburg, 2.7, which is plus 170. Radek, this game looks a lot like Schalke and Gladbach.
Yeah, the odds are almost equal, and that's a big fault in my opinion. I don't think the teams are equal, but we have to keep in mind that Cologne won the last 3 games in 2019. How did they manage that before they were a relegation team and everyone saw them in the second league next year? Now they left the relegation slots, and in this game I think you have to bet on the high odds of Wolfsburg here, because I don't think Cologne is really on the same level than Wolfsburg is. Wolfsburg is in place 9 in the standings, and they conceded away less goals than Cologne and scored more goals. They scored only 18 goals. That's not that real strength, but they have Wout Weghorst, who is always good for some goals, at least one. And that's why I think here with an odds of 1.9 on Wolfsburg, Asian handicap 0 means you get back your money if the game finishes in a draw. But I can't see Wolfsburg losing in Cologne because, it's still not a really good team, despite they won the last 3 games in the year 2019. But now we have a new year, and they did their job to Christmas to celebrate a good Christmas. But I have to wait first to how they present themselves here to Wolfsburg. But with these odds, I think you have to bet on Wolfsburg. Asian handicap 0, and that's my banker. If I can have a spoiler here.
Well, you can, but I'll be coming back and asking for your banker again a bit later. Alex, are you talking to yourself?
No, I said that it's a tough place to visit, FC Köln or Cologne, however you wanted to say it. But yeah, I think that the value is with Wolfsburg, but I'm really afraid to touch this match.
Well, that's why I didn't come to you. That's why I didn't ask you for your opinion, because you didn't like this game.
But I gave it.
But Wolfsburg double chance looks like the way to go, Alex. So at 1.9, which is minus 110 on the American markets. But Alex, I'm going to come back to you now. We got Augsburg at 5, which is plus 400, draw 4.5, which is plus 350, and Dortmund 1.66, which is minus 152. How are you going to get this Dortmund win into value?
Please don't spit for the time that I'm talking about Dortmund.
No more. Only once a show. Only once.
Only once per show. Okay, that's enough. Okay. Yes, I told you when we filmed the futures for Bundesliga. I told you that right now they have a striker. And I think that they were missing a striker, a good striker. I think that also they had the time in the winter break to solve some of their defensive issues, if I can say that. Hopefully Hummels will not play, but he will, trust me, he will play because they spent a lot of money on Hummels, so he will play. Hopefully he will have some good partners in that defensive side, so they will, let's say, solve his mistakes. If he will do some mistakes. Augsburg, tough team to play against, but Dortmund, I can see them with determination here, entering this match all guns blazing and trying to their best to show that they are one of the contenders for the title in Germany. So I'm going Dortmund and over 1.5 goals in the match at 1.8 minus 125 in US odds.
Okay, I mean, I'll go back to the last game, which was Cologne and Wolfsburg, and I think the winter break came at the wrong time for Cologne. I think it came at the right time for Dortmund, where they had an okay, probably below average for them first half of the season, and now they can kick on and climb the table. So Dortmund and over 1.5 goals at 1.8, which is minus 125. Alex, I'm going to stay with you. Dusseldorf 2.75, which is plus 175. The draw 3.7, which is plus 270 against Werder Bremen at 2.59, which is plus 1.59. These are very tough games you're picking.
Yes, this is a direct fight for the relegation. Both sides are sitting on the red zone. Werder Bremen worse than Dusseldorf, 1 point behind them. So this is a 6-pointer, how we say it, at the top of the table or when we are talking about the relegation zone. Because it's a huge interest for both teams to win this match. I remember that we talked about this Werder Bremen side, and your tip was Werder Bremen to get relegated at the end of the season. And I said that I'm afraid because most of their injuries are back in the team right now, and they had a very bad first half to their season, most of all due to their injuries. Now they prepared well in the winter break. They got some of their injured players back. Rashica, Toprak, Sargent. So I'm really confident that this Werder Bremen side will stay up. I'm going Werder Bremen with Trono bet at 1.88 minus 114. in US odds. So I don't think that Werder Bremen will lose to, let's say, newly promoted Dusseldorf, but basically they're not newly promoted because we passed it, the first half of the season. So yeah, I think that between the two sides, Werder Bremen are the better side.
Okay, well, let's hope Werder Bremen get beat, but because you've bet them now, I've got to hope that it ends in a draw so you don't lose anything and the team's profits keep going up, or at least they stand still in this game. Radek, I'm going to come to you. Hoffenheim 2.4, which is plus 140, draw 3.94, which is plus 294, and Frankfurt at 2.95, which is plus 195. Gentlemen, you are picking some of the toughest ties that typifies the Bundesliga, Radek.
No, that's a kind of really easy game because we have Hoffenheim with 45 goals together in their games, in 17 games. And we have, on the other hand, Frankfurt with 56 goals in 17 games. And if you hear the names Hoffenheim and Frankfurt here in Germany, you know, that there must be goals. And in the first game in this season in Frankfurt, there weren't a lot of goals. I think Frankfurt won 1-0. So now they're playing in Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim played a good year 2019. Frankfurt didn't, but Frankfurt wants to strike back. And for all I can say that I expect some goals here. And if I bet on over 3.0 goals, you get back your money if there are only 3 goals. And the odds for that are 1.9, or in American odds minus 110, if I calculate it correctly.
You're doing well. It's not easy, but you are 100% right. In fact, you're having a great show, Radek. Let's hope the winners go with your performance. Alex, you love feeding. You love low-hanging fruit. Paderborn, 4.8, which is plus 380. The draw 4.6, which is plus 360. And Leverkusen at 1.65, which is minus 155. Leverkusen, and what is your bet?
You can simply take also Leverkusen at 1.65 on their own. They are approaching that 1.7 that I usually play against the last team in the standings, Paderborn. But for a better value, I'm taking Leverkusen and over 1.5 goals again at 1.8 minus 125. And I think that Leverkusen is a top side. Will finish again. It's one of the teams which will finish in top 6. Absolutely brilliant squad. Kai Havertz, one of my favorites. His first half to the season wasn't very impressive, but right now his boss, Peter Bosz, said that the training camp in Spain was very prolific and very positive, and he's expecting something very good from all his squad, but especially from Kai Havertz. So it should be one of the games Veni, Vidi, Vici, from Leverkusen. 3 points more and start the year on the right foot. I don't know. I was thinking, I beg you, bookies, bring it on at 1.7 for Leverkusen till the time of the match. But I think that Leverkusen can score on their own 2 goals against a very, very poor Paderborn side who will get relegated at the end of the season. So yeah, at 1.8 minus 125, again, the same bet as in Dortmund.
Love that, Alex. Veni, Vidi, Vici. Love that. Okay. Last say. Radek, what are you going with in this game?
Yeah, in English for the non-Latinos, I saw a conquer, and I couldn't agree more on this Alex Classic, almost, isn't it? And I think Leverkusen's the way better team, and they are under their abilities with place 6 after the first 17 games, and I think they will make a statement win here against Paderborn. That's why I put something on top and go with Asian handicap -1 on Leverkusen, which gives me around 1.95 up to equal odds, a fair odd of 2.0 or just -100, isn't it?
Yeah, it's -105. It's at 1.95 on the European -105. Alex, give me your banker, please.
It's really difficult, but I must go with Leverkusen and over 1.5 goals at 1.8 -125.
Okay, excellent. And that's been Alex and Radek going through Bundesliga. We've got Radek saying he has nothing to add and then gives us some pearls of wisdom on how well Gladbach have done. And then we have I conquer from Alex and Radek. The education does not stop here at sportsbookreview.com. Remember, it's an absolute minefield, the Bundesliga, but these boys, they've got away from the quicksand and they're now firmly on good ground. I thank you both. Alex, you're going to stay with me. We're going to go through we've gone from Spain, we go to Germany, and now we go to Italy and Serie A. Alex, when you're looking at these, the way that things have gone so far in Serie A, Juve not having it all their own way.
Yeah, it's tough this season. I had a really tough round of fixtures last week. My only win was Juventus to win at plus 220, so plus 120, sorry, 2.2 in decimals. That was my only win. But Chef Michael is, I don't know, he's absolutely amazing week in and week out in Serie A and helps us eat every single week. That Lazio win against Napoli, I don't know, some other stuff. So I think that I need to catch him because he's running away from me at the moment as we're talking. But we are a team and we are working together.
Yeah, without a doubt, I couldn't agree more. You don't have to catch him. You've just got to keep improving yourself because Chef Michael's running out there. He may run out of gas. He may be relying on you. So it's the team record. Chef Michael, how are you, sir?
Flash, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing today?
Good. A nice little smile wouldn't go amiss. I mean, Inter, did they win 4-1 or something?
Yeah, it was 4-1, and I was on the Inter and under 4.5, so that last goal kind of killed me.
Oh, okay. That's why you're not smiling. I thought you'd dropped $1 and found a dime. Rafa, can you give me the record, please? Look at Rafa. Rafa's out the starting blocks as well. Profit 34.9. Not a min sprint. And look at the average price, minus 102 at 1.98. Their individual records, please, Rafa. We'll start with Alex, 11.3, not to be sniffed at. That is an unbelievable job done by him. And there's Chef Michael, profit 23.5. He is actually sponsored by Inter Milan. Average price of 2.09, which is plus 109. These boys are absolutely sizzling. Let's get on with it. You've both got opinions on the first game. It's Genoa at 4.3, which is plus 330, draw 3.63, which is plus 263, and Roma at 1.95, which is minus 105. And I'm going to come to you first, Radek, Chef Michael.
Genoa, they're down there at the bottom, just 1 point behind Lecce for that 17th spot on the table. But I think I said this before, I think Genoa are going to be one of those teams that I think they can find ways to get out of the drop zone. I think they'll find some ways to get some points. I think Lecce will actually take over that relegation spot. But at the moment, Genoa are pretty terrible form. They've lost 3 in their last 5 and got clean sheeted 2 of those losses. But their leading goal scorer, Christian Kwame, is dealing with an injury that's kept him out since November. So it's good. Genoa goals have been hard to come by. Scored just 20 goals all season, conceded 38. So I don't think this is going to be a particular good spot. Roma coming into town. Of course, we all know Edin Dzeko, but Diego Perotti and Nicolo Zaniolo are also threats to score from the midfield. I think Roma, they're coming off back-to-back losses. Last time out, they lost to Juve, and then they lost that 2-0 to Torino in a match. You go back and watch that match. They controlled that match from the opening whistle, and it was really, they were kind of unlucky, you could say, to not come away with the result. They gave up that goal at the end of the first half on some sloppy giveaway, and of course, Andrea Belotti's not going to miss, inside the box. So, and then they gave up a handball penalty in the second half. I think Roma can get back to winning ways here. I think they need to if they want to keep hold of that European spot on the top of the table. So, a Roma straight win at 1.87 or minus 114. I think they can get the job done straight win.
Okay, well, I've got Roma at 1.95, which is minus 105. Shop around. Now the difference between the European books and the US books. Alex, you're going to go for Roma too, I guess.
I'm going for Roma, but I'm just going for half unit for Roma. I'm a little bit afraid for this match. Nicola Zaniolo is injured and he will miss the entire match, the entire season. Bad injury for the poor guy. One of the great youngsters in the European football, and I hope that he can come back stronger, and he wishes so much to come back for Euro 2020. He fighted with Italy to arrive here, and you saw that we talked about Italy, how good they are right now and how good they are looking, and they might be one of the contenders for the Euro 2020 title. Still, they have plenty of firepower there with AS Roma, but this Genoa side improved a little bit, and they are fighting to avoid the relegation with some good results lately, and very good lately on their turf. Goran Pandev, the old Goran Pandev, is playing like a young Goran Pandev, let's say. Very good lately. He's putting everything. He's like Raja Nainggolan, if I can say that comparison. He's a fighter, and they have some interesting players: Sanabria, Lasse Schöne, players with experience. This Genoa side who can save themselves from relegation. This is why I'm just going with half unit on this Roma side to win the match at 1.95 minus 105 in US odds.
Yeah, I think they're both doing the same role as what Cambiasso did when he went to Leicester. He sits there, directs traffic, and just makes sure he organises it. His voice is worth... Listen, you give me a voice over someone who just runs around like a chicken with no head every single day. Alex, I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to go to Juve at 1.22, which is minus 455. Draw 6.65, which is plus 565. And Parma at 15, which is plus 1400. Well, you can have any price you like. Parma, how have you got the value about Juve?
Yes, absolutely. I think that Juve will now try to put a bigger gap between them and Inter. They took advantage of that Inter 1-1-0. Very lucky Inter against Atalanta. Very lucky. Atalanta missed a penalty in the second half. Atalanta dominated Inter Milan. Very nice team, this Atalanta side. I keep on saying it week in and week out, but this is the truth. So we must say it. Juve will now push before, because they're playing Champions League last 16 in February. On 26, I believe, is their first match. So they will try to put a bigger gap and focus after that on Champions League. They will use their best squad right now. Cristiano Ronaldo is on fire right now. He will try to push for that top scorer award at the top of the season. He's fighting now Ciro Immobile, but also Immobile keeps on scoring, but Ronaldo is trying more and more, So he's very determined, and I really like that fighting spirit who is one of the kind, let's say one of the kind for Cristiano Ronaldo, a really great athlete. Yeah, I think that Juventus will dominate, and they will win by 2 goals difference. 1.7 minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap, minus 143 in US odds for Juve to win by at least 2 goals difference. Tough side, this Parma side, one of the surprise packages of the season, but away against the Juventus, I think that they will struggle also to find the back of the net. Some interesting players also in this Parma side. One of them, Kulusevski, another young and great player with a huge career in front of him, was bought already in the winter break by Juventus, but he will still play with Parma till the end of the season. Actually, he was Atalanta's players, loaned to Parma, and now bought with 30 millions by Juventus. So I don't know if he will play. Probably, you know that there are those types of contracts. If I'm buying a player and I let him to play for you till the end of the season, and when you're playing against me, you are not allowed to use him, you know? I don't know. Maybe he will play. I don't know exactly, but it doesn't matter if he will play or not. I still think that Juventus will win by 2 goals difference at least.
Chef Michael, do you think Parma can score? Because they've surprised quite a few sides.
I think that I wouldn't put it past them to score. I mean, yeah, they are the surprise team this year, Serie A. I guess you can kind of compare them to what Sheffield United do in the Premier League. You know, they come up from promotion and they're sitting up there in the top half of the table. I mean, Juve, of course, they're not going to keep any clean sheets lately. I mean, but the firepower they have, you got to think they'll win by margin. You look at the lineup they're putting out there today; it's kind of a mixed bag between the A team and the B team against Udinese. But I think, yeah, regardless of what happens today, I got to agree with Alex here. I think they'll win by 2 clear goals. I got Juve minus 1.5. I found it at 1.8 at minus 125 in the US odds.
Well, that sounds very, very nice. I was just wondering if Juve to win and maybe over 3.5 was another way to go, or Juve to win and both teams to score for maybe small, but I'm not going against these two. These two are like runaway trains when it comes to getting Serie A right. Chef Michael, I'll stay with you. We're going to go with Lecce, 11.5, which is plus 1050, to draw at 5.65, which is plus 465, and Inter at a skinny 1.3, which is minus 333.
Yeah, Lecce, I mean, of course, we just mentioned they're sitting down there in relegation zone. They haven't won a Serie A match at all since being promoted this season. Got to go pretty farther back into Serie A B before you start talking about how long it's been since they've won a competitive home match. Won a cluster of friendlies, I guess you can call them, over the summer break last year, but I don't see how Lecce are going to even try to defend the Inter team right now. I mean, they've conceded 38 goals, which is, I mean, Lukaku almost has half of that on his own. Inter, you know, they're getting healthy right now. Alexis Sanchez came back a couple weeks ago. Barella and Sensi, the two dynamic midfielders that Inter have right now, they're getting healthy, and Inter's finalizing talks with Eric Christensen. Not sure if he'll be finalized and ready to go by the weekend, or if he'll even play if it is final. But you got to think, if this Inter team's getting healthy, they're going to continue that run towards the Scudetto and challenge Juve for the title. Lautaro Martinez didn't play yesterday in that cup match, so I think obviously he'll play this weekend. Since he also rested, got to think Lukaku's still going to want to play against his alongside his striker mate, Martinez. So I got Inter halftime, full-time at 1.9 or minus 111, and Inter minus 1.5 at 1.83 at minus 120. I think I consider going 1-0, but after they gave up that goal yesterday to Udinese, I wouldn't put it past Lecce to at least get a goal at home. So I decided to stay off the win to nil. So I just got those two plays on Inter this weekend.
Well, no one's going to go against you when you mention Inter and any selection. Alex, have you duplicated one of Chef Michael's bets?
First of all, I want to say hi to my three best friends, Marius, Paul, and Radu.
We ain't got time to be talking to your mates. I need to get through two more games. Listen, go down the pub.
I have time, Flash.
Go down your mate.
Plus units, Flash.
Yeah, but listen, go down the pub and chat with your mates, right? I want to know about Lecce and Inter.
Yeah, so since I'm plus units, I will talk about my mates. If I was minus, you will not allow me for sure.
Oh, of course, I'd rather you talk to your mates if you were minus units. I want more winners for my people.
Okay, about Inter, I really like the fact that Barella is back. He missed against Atalanta because he was suspended for that match, but finally he's back. Sensi is back. Alexis Sanchez is on the bench, and they might, use him in the second half of the match because he's really good in that Serie A, and not so good in the Premier League, but we know the difference between the two leagues. Martinez and Lukaku, for sure, two of the best duos, let's say, in the top 5 European leagues right now. I'm expecting a Martin classic here. I don't think that Inter will push to score a lot of goals against Lecce. We are talking about an away match. We are talking about a tough team to visit. Inter coming after that 1-1 draw against Atalanta. They will do everything to win this match. So I'm going Inter Milan and under 4.5 goals in the match at 1.73 minus 137 in US odds.
Thank you very much. Now you can go back and have a little chat with your mates. Now you've given us the meat on the bone, the real reason you're here. Okay, Alex, I'm coming to you again. AC Milan at 1.56, which is minus 180. The draw, 4.15, which is plus 315. And Udinese at 7.2, which is plus 620. Milan, you didn't like earlier on in the season. Are you going to be with them this time?
Yeah, I didn't like them early in the season. I must see more matches from them till I decide to pull the trigger and go with AC Milan right now. But I really have two bets and plus 100 or 2.0, both of them. Zlatan Ibrahimovic to score anytime at 2.0 plus 100. I think that this is a play in every Milan match from now on. If we find him at plus 100 or 2.0, it's a must play because the guy is a scoring machine. He scores with his eyes closed. If I don't know, from any situation he can find the back of the net. He's just brilliant, and despite being old, we have other examples because also Cristiano Ronaldo is almost there. Messi is starting to get old also. But we have Quagliarella in the Serie A top flight league who won the top scorer award last year, if you remember. And we predicted that. I think that Zlatan will find the back of the net. AC Milan will have a tough match against Udinese. This Udinese side coming with three back-to-back wins. Absolutely amazing form. I really fancy them to take something from this trip. But let's not play the winner's market. Let's not touch that. Both teams to score at 2.0 again, plus 100 again. So 2 plus money bets for this match.
Yeah, like them. Not so much Zlatan. No, I don't fancy him, to be honest. But both teams to score at 2 plus 100, I think, is absolute diamonds in the rough. Chef Michael, we're going to finish with you. We're going to go Lazio at 1.42, which is minus 240. The draw at 5, which is plus 400. And Sampdoria 8.6, which is plus 760. Lazio, and how are they going to win?
I think they're going to win this pretty comfortably. Lazio are just absolutely rolling right now. They're in their last 5. They've taken all possible 15 points on their home matches. They scored 11 goals and conceded only 3, which is tie with Inter for the least conceded goals at home in those 5-game span. Sampdoria, on the other hand, they've only scored 6 goals and conceded 6 in the last 5 away matches. I don't think that's going to go too well coming into try to play Lazio. This team is just scoring goals for fun right now. Sampdoria do have some surprising results. They drew with AC Milan a couple weeks ago. They won at Genoa and they won at Spal. Those are kind of pretty tough places to play. And they had that thrilling 4-3 match with Cagliari a few weeks ago. Sampdoria, they're not going to be. I think they can possibly get a goal here. They're not, even when they lose, they're still scoring goals. They get 1 goal here and there. And Lazio, they're not keeping any clean sheets. They're letting in goals, late in matches. But we all know about the Lazio firepower. Immobile, is probably going to win the top scorer. The thing about Lazio is they have no European commitments, so they just can concentrate on Serie A. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to, slide into that top 2 spots if Juve or Inter slip up, the way Lazio's playing right now. There was a future I mentioned a couple weeks ago, Lazio to win without Juve. I think it was around 4.5, somewhere around there. Would not be surprised at all if Lazio can slide in the top 2. I think Lazio will win this pretty comfortably. I got them on minus 1.25 on the Asian handicap at 1.87 or minus 114.
Excuse me, you talked about Lazio and your biggest love, Inter. Come on, you must be ashamed of yourself. You love Inter and you're saying about Lazio to finish second.
Yeah, but he might be talking about Juve to finish third, Alex. See, you didn't think of that, did you?
No way. No,
Alex, give me your banker, please.
I love all my bets for this one, but I must stick with the Martin Classic in that Inter match. Inter and under 4.5 goals in the match at 1.73, minus 137 in US odds.
Chef Michael, can you give me your banker, please?
Juve minus 1.5 at 1.8.
Okay. Listen, lads, I don't often say this, but you two are definitely my favourite two that I have on when it comes to European bets. Don't tell them two that do the Germans football, and don't tell them two that do the Spanish. All right, you two are my favourites. Okay, Grill Master.
Thank you,
Chef Master. I'll look forward to seeing you next week, and may all your bets be winners and keep the train rolling.
Thanks, Flash. Let's have a great weekend.
Cheers, Grill Master. Cheers, Chef Michael. Absolutely flying them two. Really, really enjoy their work. They give it to you, and they give you plenty of winners, and they give you plenty more as well. Coming up tomorrow will be the Premier League punters. I'll be sitting here on my home because the boss is busy again, and I will be on Twitter or Alex will maybe send out something to tell me who my third guest will be. Until then, you take care.